Top stories. Outrage over anti-Irish SPHE schoolbook so offensive it's unreal. I've got a cracking video today, ladies and gents. I actually got this story off Simon Webb over at History Debunked, so watch that if you want. But he didn't show any of the photos or or show you the textbook itself. And I was crying laughing watching it. It amuses me so much because the sort of streak of Anglophobia that runs through the sort of Celtic fringe has always come from this idea that English people are all sort of top hat wearing, moustache twirling villains who have total scorn for the native cultures. And as we all know, anyone who's ever been to a pub in Yorkshire, for example, and talked to normal people, quickly realises that it is the ruling classes. The ruling classes in every single country are filled with hatred for the rough-handed working class scum, basically, that, you know, like the community and like the local and drink. Oh, they drink alcohol in large quantities. It's awful. You know, those type of people. And this story perfectly illustrated, because I've always said that. If you go for a pint with a random bloke, you know, a taxi driver, doesn't matter whether you're in Edinburgh or Dublin or Cardiff or London, normal people pretty much rub along perfectly well. It's the ruling classes that hate you. And this textbook reads like it's some sort of Swiftian essay where he's taking the piss, basically. You know, you wouldn't think this was actually real, but it is. It's in kids' textbooks in Ireland, and it's hilarious. It's like Oliver Cromwell wrote a children's book. Outrage over vile portrayal of Irish family in SPHE schoolbook. The cartoon is the best part of it. Look at this is their depiction of a stereotypical Irish family. Look at that. The lass is wearing an Irish flag skirt. Every one of them's got a matching woolly pulley on. And if you look there, look, there's a little bit of shite down the front of Daddy's jumper. He's just an animal, isn't he? Why don't you want to move with the times, you illiterate bog-brained Murphs? So there they are, surrounded by farm animals. Yeah, you know, the children are rolling around on the hay-strewn floor with the pigs and the goats and the rats. And this is what it's got to say about them. Family A. We do not like change or difference. All our family members are Irish. We do not have a single relation living abroad or anyone from another country in our family. What, you actually stayed in the place you're from and you don't have a random third world Somalian pirates in your family? Oh, well, drown them in the bath. Drown them in... It's the best thing for them. It's the best thing for them. We'll be doing them a favour, ending their miserable lives. Noirin would like to be a yoga instructor, but my dad said it's not a proper job and she must stick to what she knows. Daddy's very based. Daddy knows that yoga instructors don't make any money and Noirin's going to end up gobbling sailors off to pay the rent. So listen to Daddy. We eat Irish food and have potatoes, bacon and cabbage every day. So you've got scurvy then. Nice one. Love that. We eat traditional Irish food, so I've got bones like Mr. Glass off Unbreakable. Our holidays are spent touring Ireland. We all play Irish instruments and go to the Fled every summer. Sean wanted to learn the drums and steel guitar, but Mum said, nah, there's loads of great Irish instruments. We love sports, but only play handball and Gaelic football. No foreign games are permitted. It's okay for us to watch television programmes as long as they're made in Ireland, like Ireland's Fittest Family. But our parents complain that RTE is showing more and more imported trash every day. The only movies we get to see are Irish ones. None of that Hollywood rubbish for us. We get told off if we mix with people with a different religion from ours, as they would be a bad influence on us. And there they are, look, illiterate goat herding inbreds. And the people that write this stuff actually think people like that exist. You could go to the most impoverished council estate in Ireland and you're not going to find someone who refuses to watch American films or have a curry every now and then. This is a stereotype that doesn't exist. But the people that call themselves woke, the tolerant people who have overt hatred for you and your family, they think these people exist. They think they're actually real. I guarantee there isn't a single Irish family in the whole country that behave that way. even ones that are very, very, very intolerant. It just doesn't exist. The son's not going to come home with a pizza and go, "You want to try a slice?" And the dad's like, "No, cabbage and rickets for me, son." It's preposterous. And it's offensive. Well, it's especially offensive that they're putting it in kids' books to try and brainwash them. But it's extremely offensive that they even think these people exist. It just goes to show the contempt and loathing that the ruling elites have for normal people. And we've always known it. I mean, I've commented about it thousands of times. But this is probably the best example yet in a kid's book. Up until today, I thought the worst kids book I'd ever seen was one of those American ones, you know, the ones where they like openly talk about, how can I put this without getting banned, performing some of the most bizarre sex acts you'd ever read about. Some of those pictures are seen in them kids books in America. Honestly, if I was like a 22-year-old bootneck and I took a bird home from a local nightclub and she asks me to do half of the stuff that I was reading about in these books aimed at 8-year-olds, I would probably shit myself. I'd be like, "You want me to do what, you filthy bint?" It's quite unbelievable, the degeneracy that they're pushing on children. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'll now tell you the point of the exercise and read you the family B, i.e. the good family. The question he asked the children is, name any advantages you think of about being part of family A or disadvantages. And then you get down to family B. We love change and difference. We find other cultures new and exciting. Our favourite dinners are curry, pizza and Asian food. During school holidays, we go camping in Europe and visit the galleries and see the wonderful paintings. We like different types of music, from reggae and hip-hop to classical. We have relations in London and Australia, which makes us civilised and reasonable. Yeah, who wrote this? Jacob Rees-Mogg. Mom is a mad Liverpool fan and sometimes goes to Anfield to support. My eldest brother Flor is partially sighted and travelled to Baltimore. Why does one of them have to be disabled in some way? It's absolutely unbelievable. My younger brother's got a club foot and a hair lip, and that makes him brilliant. Yeah, he might have a cleft palate, but he's got a nose like a bloodhound, that kid. I'm telling you, there's no disadvantages to being handy capable. He is now a volunteer with the Red Cross in Syria. Great life advice for kids, that. Kids, get yourself over to Syria. You'll have a wonderful time. Wasn't ISIS in Syria? Yeah, but they're all right, them lads. They're tolerant and liberal. Jeremy Corbyn said so, and he's definitely a sensible, wise old sage gentleman, and not a gibbering shit-for-brains commie with the IQ of a pull-along duck. Most years we house swap with a family in a different country. It's a great way to meet people and learn about other cultures and societies. It makes you realise that when you get to know them, people are more alike than different. Yeah, do a house swap with a Somalian family, and little Florin, or whatever she was called, might come back with a minge that looks a bit like a butcher's bucket, because we know where they practice foxtrot golf mic over in Somalia, don't they? Is every culture brilliant and nice and different? Could we not reasonably say that something like widow burning was a bad idea and letting women go to university was a good one? Is that ridiculous? Am I just rambling now? That doesn't make any sense to anyone. Anyway, and then obviously the exercise concludes with name some advantages you can think of being part of family B. Which family is more inclusive? Oh, God. Yeah, so absolute drivel. Amazing. I absolutely love that. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That was even funnier than Romper Stomper. I'm kidding. That's not a funny film at all. So yeah, absolutely class. I love that. I love the low opinion that the ruling classes have of normal people. I love them openly and brazenly now, displaying their loathing and contempt for you all, loudly and proudly, because they think they control the narrative and they're convinced they can't lose because they've got Silicon Valley and all the news outlets and all the talking heads and all the actors and the singers and the writers and all the people that matter. Well, as I said, you can quote Mark Anthony from Rome when they're all bragging because they've got all the people of quality. And he says, yeah, but I've got an angry mob and they will eat the people of quality. They think they've got it stitched up, but they forget that it's 2024 and the rules have changed. And now normal people can communicate in a fashion that has never been seen before. So we do have an advantage. and it's that we can, well, two things. First of all, we can share all of this nonsense with a huge audience and come together all across the entire Western world in a way that we never could even a few decades ago. And B, our argument actually makes sense and is perfectly reasonable and logical, and their argument makes less sense than pissed Diane Abbott with a severe concussion. That's just the way of it. The truth shall set you free, and our argument is based off truth and facts and logic, and theirs is just a stream of commie gibberish that doesn't make sense to anybody with a fully functioning brain. Anyway, so let me know what you think of that. I thought that was class. Fantastic story. Love to see our cousins across the Irish Sea are treated with as much sneering contempt by their government as we are. It really makes me feel like we've got a special bond, don't you think? Thanks for tuning in. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy. Toodle pip. Cheers.